What's going on, my friends? Dr. Bruce back in the house here for another edition of the Solopreneur Movement podcast. Every single week, I try to come into your life with some type of topic that I believe will move the needle for you as a solopreneur. A solopreneur is any individual person who is solely in charge of their sales, their service, their marketing. And by now, working as a solopreneur, all of this is a mindset, right? Every single day, we're trying to build, maintain, protect our confidence. We're trying to show up, paint up, spray up, and go to work and try to help other people, right? So today's topic is on this quote that you've all heard. We've all heard it before, which is the definition of insanity. Insanity is doing the same things again and again and expecting different results. And this quote has always kind of driven me nuts because it's wrong, right? They're missing a word in there. The definition of insanity is doing the same wrong things again and again and again and expecting different results. Because the reality is, for most of us, when you know what you should do and you know how to do it, then from there, it's really a war of attrition, right? It's a war of, we're going to fight boredom. We're going to fight complacency. Because for the majority of us in business and sales, yes, there's always going to be disruptors. There's new gadgets. There's new technologies. But I will die on the vine when it comes to 80% of our practices are tried and true, right? It's those daily non-negotiables. So the exercise would be, studying the top 5, 10 producers in your market or in the country or in the world, right? Get on ChatGPT and say, hey, I work in this industry, right? What are the main habits or the main call to actions or the main key performance indicators for me to be a 1%er? And you'll get a whole list. So the challenge, in my opinion, isn't necessarily doing the same things again and again. That's not insanity. It's doing the same right things again and again and not getting bored out, not getting complacent, right? Like that's the battle that we're all fighting, is when you know what you should be doing and you know how to do it, but then you stop doing it. That's negligent. You're being negligent to yourself. You're being negligent to your family. You're being negligent to the people that you serve, right, through your services. So I just want to make sure that I reiterate that, the definition of insanity isn't doing the same thing again and again. It's doing the same wrong things again and again and again. My old boss, my mentor, used to have an expression: if you eat banana pudding every single day, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to get tired of eating banana pudding. And I think that's the biggest challenge for all of us, especially if you're a solopreneur, you're entrepreneur minded, is you want to jump from idea to idea, right? We're called quick starts. Is one new idea, one new thing, one new gadget, one new whatever might completely shift our focus from doing the things that are tried and true that work into something because it's new, it's shiny, right? And I think that's the biggest challenge for most of us, myself included, is wake up, have a dominant focus, right? Do the same 2 or 3 things that will consistently work, continue to do them really, really well. Don't get burnt out, don't get tired, don't get frustrated when you're not seeing the immediate results from those. And instead of doing that, make sure that you do not go try to find all these shiny new things, right? So I'm a big believer. I would much rather be a late starter, a late adopter, rather than an early adopter. I've been an early adopter before, and quite frankly, it almost caused my business to go bankrupt because I'm like, hey, I'm going to go turn on this thing, these ads and this and that and the other. And oh my gosh, now I'm never going to have to work another day in my life. And I got away from doing the things that I know that work, right? So 80% of your time, your energy, and your effort and your resources and your mindset should stay focused on the things that you know that work. Like, I want to give you 20% to have creative freedom and all that kind of stuff still. For you to really understand what are the disruptors, what are maybe some of the new technologies that are working for other people in my markets or in my industries. But for the most part, man, we're not trying to go out there and be Mark Zuckerberg and completely, change the way that the world works in our industries. I'm sorry, but if you're trying to do that, then you're going to be constantly in this doom loop. So instead, stay focused on the things that you know that work. Stay focused on doing the things that you enjoy with the people you enjoy doing them with. But then you're going to have to find new ways to stay motivated and stay inspired when you're doing those same different types of things. It could be I get to go, once a week, I get to go work from somewhere fun, right? Hey, every 90 days, I get to go on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I get to go on a mini vacation, right? Once a year, I get to go do one big, fun, cool blowout type of an event, right? So instead of trying to change the way that you do that things at work, because you get bored, you get complacent with them, instead find new ways or ways to stay motivated in doing them. So that's my message for you all today. I just wanted, it's been weighing on me, this definition of insanity, doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results. If you're doing the things that work, that are tried and true, continue to do the same right things again and again. That is not insanity, right? The biggest thing that you're going to struggle with is this idea that, oh my gosh, I'm bored. It's not fun anymore, right? Like, I think that's the war of attrition, the war of complacency is really the biggest challenge that most of us are trying to protect ourselves from insanity from doing when it comes to that. So hope this message helps. We're here in the second half of the year. So, I think it's a great time to reset, recharge, refresh, but get back to doing those things that work and get back to finding new ways that you engage with them that makes them fun for you. But don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't go try to, again, be that early entrepreneur where you're going to completely change the way that your industry works. The reality is, for 99% of the people, that's not going to happen, myself included. So I'm going to continue to do the things that I know that work for me and my business. I'm going to spend 80% of the time on those high value activities. And I'm going to try to eliminate the distractions, the low value activities or the no value activities. But I also do, sometimes I do want to give myself mental clarity or creative ability to go out there and maybe study some of the new things. But for the most part, just stay focused on the things that that work.